Welcome to Storytime with the Hamilton Public Library. I'm Koren and I'm so excited that you've joined me today. You might have heard some of these feathered friends singing outside your window in the morning, or maybe you've seen them building their nests. Today we're going to sing some songs and read a story about birds. But first we're going to say hello. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to say hello. Now we're going to use our hands and pretend that they're birds. Here are the legs that walk along. Here is the beak that sings a song. Here are the wings that flap and spread. And here is the bird above my head. In my hand, I have a bird's nest, and that's where baby birds grow. And in this bird's nest, I have a couple little birds. Shall we count them together? 1, 2, 3. Let's get that on there. Go. 3 little birds were taking a rest way up high in the baby bird nest. One little bird said, "I'd like to fly." So he flapped his wings and started to sing, "Cheep, cheep, cheep," and away he flew into the sky. 2 little birds were taking a rest way up high in the baby bird nest. One little bird said, "I'd like to fly." So she flapped her wings and she started to sing, and away she flew into the sky. One little bird in the baby bird nest. One little bird was taking a rest. One little bird said, "I'd like to fly." So it flapped its wings and it started to sing, "Cheep, cheep, cheep," and away it flew into the sky. Now the nest is empty. So on my board today, I have a bunch of different birds here than what we've been singing about so far. Do you know what kind of birds these are? You say ducks? Yes. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ducks. The yellow ones are called ducklings. They're baby ducks. So we're going to sing a song about 5 little ducks. 5 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only no little ducks came back. No little ducks went out one day over the hill and far away. Mama duck said quack, quack, quack. And all the 5 little ducks came back. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Today's story is about a special friendship. We're reading The Fog, written by Kyo Maclear, pictures by Kenard Pak. We're reading this together with permission from the publisher. The Fog. Far north, on a wild sea, was an island covered with ice. People came from around the world to visit this special place. Most of the birds living on the island paid little attention to these visitors, but there was one bird, a small yellow warbler, who did pay attention. Warble was a devoted human watcher. There was always a new human for him to watch. Nothing else Warble did made him happier. Number 671, behatted bibliophilic female. Number 672, bald-headed glitzy male. But one spring day, something happened to interrupt his happiness. That day, a warm fog rolled in from the sea. All morning long, it wisped and swirled, climbing hills and spilling into valleys. By lunchtime, the brightness of morning had faded to a silvery blue. By dinner time, the fog had turned everything ghostly. For days, Warble sat high in his tree and waited for a strong gust of wind to come lift the fog. He waited and waited. Being a handy warbler, he tried to chase it away. But no matter what he did, the fog came back. Warble invited his neighbors over to discuss the situation. It's just a little fog. I wouldn't even call it fog. Mist maybe either. Perhaps fog. No. The fog has come. Sometimes these things happen. Let us be humble and accept it. I like what it does to my feathers. Only the ducks seem to care. The next morning, a new sign appeared. Welcome to Fogland. The renaming of the island had a curious effect. Many of the birds began to forget that there was ever a time before the fog. But Warble did not forget, and he had started to notice other changes too. Here's looking at you, kid. He went to tell the others what he had seen, but they were too busy. How to brighten your homes with 1,000-watt nest lights. Even the ducks had moved on and didn't want to talk about it. The fog continued to spread. Warble still waited in his tree, hoping to spot a human, but there were no more sightings. So he put away his books and tried his best to ignore the fog, until even he began to wonder if things had ever been any different. Let's listen to Foggy Mountain Boys. But then, one foggy morning, Warble spotted a colorful speck in the distance. Peering closely, he saw a dark-haired human ghosting through the meadow. It was a rare female species, and she was singing a song. Number 673, red-hooded spectacled female, juvenile. She looked a bit lost. They're using binoculars and they've spotted each other. Happy to see a human again, Warble offered her insects to eat. She liked them. The human, in return, offered Warble gifts and showed him how to fold intricate paper things. And there they stayed, eating insects and folding paper and speaking in every way except with words. Until Warble made a surprising discovery. Chirp, chirp. I'm listening. Chirp. Really? Chirp, chirp. The human also saw the fog. Warble asked the human if she thought there were others who saw the fog too. She was unsure. How could they find out? That's when she had an idea. She opened her backpack and set to work. The human made a paper boat and floated it out to sea. They waited for a reply, but none arrived. So they launched more boats, and again, they waited. A can of worms there. Finally, they had an answer. It was a note from a walrus in eastern Canada. Yes, I see the fog. Another note came from a muskox in Norway. Yes, and we want to fix it. Another came from some cats in England. Yes, we see it. Are you a bird? Can we eat you? Notes arrived from around the world. With each one, the fog began to lift a little, and the wind began to blow again until the world grew a little less ghostly, and it became easier to notice things. Big things and tiny things, shiny red things and soft feathery things. And slowly, slowly, the beautiful island brightened, and Warble and the human found time to rest under the stars, which they could now see. The moon drifted in the sky, and they began to sing. They sang to each other and to the moon, and because they were happy to be together, sharing the clear night view. Now is the time to go and grab some scarves. If you don't have 2 scarves, you can grab 2 tissues or just use your hands to pretend to be birds. 2 little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. 2 little blackbirds sitting on a cloud. One was quiet, one was loud. Fly away, quiet. Fly away loud! Come back quiet. Come back loud! 2 little blackbirds sitting on my hat. One was round and one was flat. Fly away round, fly away flat. Come back round, come back flat. 2 little blackbirds sitting on a stick. One flew slow and one flew quick. Fly away slow, fly away quick. Come back slow, come back quick. Thank you for listening to our story, waving scarves and singing along today. Remember, if you want to get some books to enjoy at home, you can head to hpl.ca and check out some books online, or put some on hold and pick them up from your branch. Now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining us for online Storytime at the Hamilton Public Library. See you soon.